Mission 1. American Venom.
Just me.
The final mission in RDR2. Honestly, it makes sense that Rockstar decided, yeah, let's make this last stretch something people actually remember. And by remember, I mean die 2 or 3 times minimum. Like, unless you're some sharpshooter prodigy, you're not clearing this thing first go. If you did, respect. But for the rest of us normal people, this mission smacks you around before it lets you through. So here's what goes down. John is stuck dragging his boots through snow deeper than your student loans, and enemies just start popping out from every ridge. I swear, it feels like Micah hired the entire state of New Hanover to show up with guns. Half of them sit on the cliffs, raining bullets like they're playing Duck Hunt, and the other half charge at you like they've had 3 cans of beer and a personal vendetta. I don't know why these guys are so angry. Like, relax, it's the end of the game. Let the poor guy breathe. But nah. They're out for blood, sliding down rocks, screaming, trying to wrestle the gun right out of your hands. Every time you think you've cleared the wave, bam, another dude comes running down the hill like he missed the bus and took it personally. So yeah, it's rough. You're restarting, you're swearing at your screen, but it works because you feel that buildup. The music is punching, the tension is through the roof, and you know Micah's waiting at the top. By the time you finally drag yourself through the snowstorm of bullets and actually face him, it's sweet. Like, all that pain was worth it sweet.
Mission 2. A quick favor for an old friend. You know that moment when a mission tells you to snipe? You're up there thinking, finally, some distance, some control, I got this. Yeah, forget it. Because in a quick favor for an old friend, Rockstar lets you breathe for all of 5 seconds before Sadie's like, John, get down here right now. And you just know the second you leave that comfy sniper nest, you're about to regret everything. So now you're sprinting through this ravine and Sadie's stuck at the bottom. She's eating bullets from every angle while you're trying to get to her like, please don't die, I don't want to restart this. And when you finally get there, congratulations. You've joined her in what might be the worst cover spot in gaming history. It's basically a shooting gallery, but you're the target. And then the enemies. Del Lobos dudes crawling all over the rocks like angry ants, all blasting down at you because, of course, they've got the high ground. It's like Obi-Wan is coaching them personally. Don't worry, guys, just keep the high ground. You win. Meanwhile, you're ducking behind this tiny rock, thinking it's a cover, but it's like hiding behind a shoebox while a firing squad unloads. By the end, when you finally claw through all those waves just to drag Cortez out, you're not feeling heroic, you're just feeling relieved. Because this wasn't a quick favor. This was Rockstar saying, here's your trial by fire. Good luck. Mission 3. Blessed are the meek.
Arthur! Arthur! Hello, old friend. Had a good time, did you?
Alright, let's just say it. If you already hated Micah Bell before this mission, Blessed are the Meek makes you want to launch him into the sun. Because you are going to do the opposite here. Arthur's gotta bust this clown out of jail in Strawberry. And from there, it should be simple. Get him out, shoot your way through, call it a day. But no. Rockstar decided to give us the world's most self-destructive NPC partner. Micah doesn't cover, Micah doesn't wait, Micah doesn't even think. The man sprints into gunfire like he's speedrunning his own funeral. And the hard thing here is, if he dies, it's mission failed. So you're not just fighting Strawberry's entire law enforcement, you're babysitting the world's most suicidal gunslinger. Every time you line up your shots, there he goes, charging ahead like it's Call of Duty on recruit mode. Meanwhile, you're stuck muttering, bro, could you please not die for 30 seconds? I think half of us playing thought the same thing. Maybe if I just let him fall, the game will thank me for it. But nope. Protect Micah, keep him alive, even though every part of you wants the opposite. By the time you finally drag him out of town, it doesn't feel like a victory. It feels like a chore. Like, congratulations, you've completed the hardest side quest in gaming, keeping Micah alive when you really don't want to.
Mission 4. A test of faith.
Finally lost your damn mind! Arthur! God!
So Arthur Morgan, outlaw, gunslinger, wanted man. What's his next gig? Helping some random paleontologist dig up dinosaur bones. Yeah, I don't know what the purpose of fossil hunting in a life full of crime. You meet Deborah McGinnis, who proudly calls herself a leading amateur paleontologist, which is basically gamer speak for doesn't actually know what she's doing. And for some reason, she thinks the best person to send on this little science project is Arthur freaking Morgan. Like, lady, he robs trains. He doesn't run scavenger hunts. Now here's the painful part. She wants 30 bones. Not 3, not 5, 30. And Rockstar gives you no quest markers, no clues, nothing. You just wander across a map bigger than real-life Texas, hoping to trip over a fossil sticking out of the dirt. It's not a mission, it's a geological Easter egg hunt. And sure, some of you might grind it out legit, but let's be real. Most of us either gave up or Googled the locations before Arthur even opened his satchel. Because without a guide, you'd need a full-on archaeology degree and about 200 hours of free time. I think this mission's sole purpose is Rockstar testing your patience.
Mission 5. Blessed are the Peacemakers.
Okay.
Blessed are the
This mission looks pretty much easy in the start. You're chilling on a cliff, scoping out Dutch and Calm's little meetup. Seems simple enough, right? And then boom, Arthur's knocked out cold, dragged off, and wakes up tied to a chair in his underwear. Welcome to Blessed are the Peacemakers. This mission is chaos the first time you play it. You're groggy, vision blurred, no guns, no ammo, just Arthur looking like he rolled out of a bad hangover. And the game's like, alright, stealth time. Which, let's be real, stealth in Rockstar games is about as reliable as Micah being useful. So now you're sneaking through Column's camp, dodging guards with lanterns, praying you don't trip on a twig and blow the whole thing. And if you try to go loud, yeah, have fun with that. Arthur's in his skivvies with nothing but a knife. That fight ends faster than a duel gone wrong. The thing is, once you know the route, it's not so bad on replays. But that first attempt, almost guaranteed failure. You're stumbling around half-blind at night, trying to be Solid Snake with cowboy boots. And every guard feels like they've got pro-level hearing. By the time you finally crawl out of there, you're not feeling like a badass outlaw, you're just happy Arthur found his pants again.
Mission 6. Smoking and other hobbies.
Take a couple of packs. Take a few.
Oh, thank you.
T. Ramsbottom. Tell me that doesn't sound like the name of a rejected Harry Potter professor. This dude shows up, hands Arthur a mission, and suddenly our grizzled outlaw is out here collecting cigarette trading cards. Now, if you're thinking, oh cool, a few collectibles, that'll be fun, let me tell you. There are 144 of these damn things. 144. Scattered across a map the size of an actual state. And the worst part? The game gives you zero help. No markers, no directions, no hints. You're just supposed to ride around like a lost delivery boy, hoping Arthur stumbles onto one by accident. It's less smoking and other hobbies and more chain smoking while crying into a strategy guide. I think almost nobody did this blind. You either gave up after finding like 5 cards, or you pulled up a guide online and turned this into a glorified checklist simulator. Without help, you'd still be searching in 2025. It feels like Rockstar punked you. Arthur's supposed to be robbing trains and shooting O'Driscolls, not playing Pokemon, Wild West Edition.
Mission 7. We loved once and true.
I've written this letter 100 times or more, and I cannot get it right.
You know that feeling when Mary shows up on screen? Yeah, that groan you just made? I think most player does it. Arthur drops everything for her. She still looks down on him, and we're all thinking, bro, just ride off with Sadie already. This mission is peak Mary nonsense. She asks Arthur to fetch her brother, who's joined up with a cult so goofy, they make Micah look reasonable. So, you do the whole tracking thing, find the kid, and suddenly he bolts. The nightmare part here is that this guy rides like he's training for the Kentucky Derby. You're chasing him through tight turns, trees, fences, rocks, basically an obstacle course designed to yeet you off your horse every 5 seconds. One wrong bump, and poof, mission over. And just when you think it's done, the game hits you with the new draw mechanic. No room for error, no forgiveness. Mess it up, and you're replaying the whole chase. It's like Rockstar went, hey, what if we gave players an escort mission, a horse race, and a quick draw tutorial all crammed together?
Mission 8. That's Murfree country.
If there's one group in RDR2 that makes your skin crawl, it's the Murfrees. They're less of a gang, more of a family reunion that went horribly wrong. So when Arthur and Charles head out to scout a new camp spot, guess who's already living there rent-free? Yeah, the Murfree brood. This mission doesn't mess around. You can try sneaking, you can try blasting, but either way, it always turns into the same thing. A brutal brawl with a pack of lunatics. And they don't fight like normal enemies. They rush you, screaming, swinging machetes that can drop you in one hit. One slip and it's lights out. The worst part? There's no clean strategy. You're ducking, weaving, and praying your Deadeye holds out long enough to mow through wave after wave. And honestly, the Murfrees feel angrier than anyone else in the game. Like every time they charge, it's less tactical ambush and more angry cousin at Thanksgiving with a kitchen knife. By the time you clear them all out, you feel like you survived a horror movie. I mean, it's not just one of the hardest missions, it's downright unsettling.